Hi again. So today I'm going to read the last of the fragments of my unfinished novel about Steiner community, and this one concerns what was going to be the central character, Sarah, the kindergarten teacher, who is a young girl who's just finished school and looking for a career. She's been training in kindergarten teaching. I don't know what went wrong with this character. If anybody bothers to listen to this and has any comments, please feel free. Somehow she didn't quite sparkle the way I hoped, and I think she was the reason why I abandoned the whole project. Anyway, here we go. The new kindergarten block is set apart from the rest of the school on its own grassy hillside. It really is a very nice place to work, with 4 separate, generously sized classrooms, each with their own kitchen and play areas, and lovely green views out of the windows. The teachers are quite autonomous, and Sarah likes the idea of this. Being the queen, the mother of your own little world, where you can be creative with the layout and organise the morning as you think fit. The first year she was here, one of the teachers made a sort of maze in her classroom. Little pathways wound between heaps of natural objects. Branches, stones, pot plants, gnome figures. That's the sort of thing you can do. Sarah is assisting a teacher called Marie-Louise. The post is only nominally paid. It's considered to be part of the training. Not that Marie-Louise does much training with Sarah. She gets Sarah to help with things, washing up with the children, folding the veils with them, supervising playtime outside. Sometimes she takes time off and leaves Sarah in charge. But she doesn't do this often enough for Sarah to feel the children respect her as their teacher. She doesn't want to relinquish control. Sarah feels that if only she were allowed to run things more often, she could build a proper rapport with the children and be seen as their teacher rather than as a sort of senior child, always calling on Marie-Louise as the ultimate authority. At tidy-up time, Sarah is detailed to fold veils with the children. The entire floor, it seems, is strewn with these 6-foot lengths of muslin, some used for dressing up, some used to make playhouses by draping over a clothes horse, but a large number, it seems to Sarah, just pulled out of their basket, unfolded and abandoned. She brightly approaches young Justin, who has begun to throw fir cones around rather wildly. "Come on, Justin, let's fold this big blue veil and see what a good job we can make of it." "I don't like folding veils," responds Justin, picking up another fir cone. Sarah takes hold of his hand, and as he tries to pull away, she lifts a corner of the blue veil towards him. "Just one veil," she cajoles, "then we'll be ready for story time." "You can't make me do it," asserts Justin, pulling his hand away. "You're not Marie-Louise." "Well, I think Marie-Louise needs us to help her, doesn't she? Let's do it really quickly now." Reluctantly, Justin takes 2 corners, drops one, looks round to see whether Marie-Louise is watching, and condescends to bundle up the veil with Sarah and dump it in the basket. "That veil needs to be folded again, properly, please, Justin," calls Marie-Louise. Sarah has been vacillating between the obligation to say that same thing and the desire to leave it and move on. After all, the veil is in the basket. Tomorrow it will only be unfolded again. But Marie-Louise has forced her hand, and deep down she knows that Justin's developing etheric body will retain the impression, and it should be an impression of satisfaction at doing the job properly. She takes Justin again by the hand and starts to make up a sing-song monologue to keep his attention. "Busy, busy, let's get wizzy. You take that and I'll take thisy. Soon be done, take them for fun. Oh, soon be done, la la la. Time for fun, la la la." Success. The boy takes his corners and puts them together, walks towards Sarah, takes her corners and folds the whole thing really rather neatly. She is about to tell him what a good job he's done when Marie-Louise preempts her. "That's beautifully done, Justin. And a lovely tidy-up song too," looking at Sarah, who feels annoyed and embarrassed. After snack time, Sarah stays indoors while Marie-Louise supervises garden play. Sarah has to put the children's bread into labelled paper bags to take home, and supervise the children who are washing up the little plates and cups. By the time they go outside to join the others, Thorvald has taken his group indoors. Sarah is relieved. The teachers try to stagger the garden play sessions to avoid having too many children outside at once, but sometimes they unavoidably overlap. That was how Thorvald managed to approach her one day a few weeks ago and ask her what she did in her spare time. He seemed so interested in the study group, and she was so surprised that he hadn't known about it already. Of course he knew about it. He was feigning ignorance so as to wheedle himself into her life. She feels stupid that she didn't realize he was chatting her up. She resents him for it. If he wanted to go out with her, he should have said so up front, and she would know how to respond. Since then, she has avoided eye contact with him, though she sees him every morning when the kindergarten teachers meet for their meditation. She feels him leering at her, or imagines that she does. There we are then. See you next time with something hopefully even more exciting. Bye.